we're live at the moment because I can't see because I haven't opened up the window yet. This is what we worked on last week. Oh, what is this? Brother, what's this? Anyway, I want to know, I did not win Powerball. That is rather unfortunate. I am going to say that. So, welcome, Terry, Leo, Spooky. Just kind of wanted to show off. This is what we've created. So happy with how this looks. Let's just make sure. Set up compositing. No, live. Please tell me all the settings have come across. Sweet. I'm happy with that. Surely this is the same stream. Please tell me it's the same stream, even though it's vertical. No, it's a different stream. Oh my goodness. So I'm streaming both vertically and horizontally, just seeing what happens. Anyway, this is what we've been focused on that we created. Really happy with how this turned out. They are doing well. Soccer season is almost finished before the next bit starts. Really happy with how this turned out. Really interesting how I did the lasers. I might make a tutorial on that one. The next thing I'm currently working out is all the little ships in the background I hand animated. They're all just flying all at the same time. I was playing around with Boids, for those of you who might have seen old Ian Hubert videos. So Boids are kind of like how he makes his moths. I tried to make it with spaceships, but the spaceships weren't flying. Just something above my head. There you go, just for you. Did it go away? There is a delay. Riveting entertainment. Yeah, super thrilled about that. Okay. Where's my mouse cursor? There it is. Did I clean it up? I can't see. No, it's still there. Hurry up. Why am I 20 seconds behind? Can you not? Yep, got it. There you go. Just for you, buddy. So, I kind of want to build another big building. Now, we've tried to do it previously, and we did create one. This one here, which I do want to revisit, actually, because it did turn out quite nice. So, if you just go into rendered view, I did a little bit this over on live stream over on Discord, and started coming together quite nicely. Tried to go ahead and make some modular pieces, but I think with this piece, then we went ahead and started doing some other things. So, have you tried plasticity before? No, I haven't. And what do you think? What do you think to modeling like Star Citizen models with it and then edit in Blender? I don't know. I'll just stick to Blender. Like, why go backwards and forth between programs? Yeah. Open, welcome. Scene looks, yeah, pretty chuffed. CPU is a particle system and ships. Yeah, so I'll probably put out a tutorial for that kind of stuff, but the Boids thing is something I really want to be able to work out. Because the ships don't really kind of like fly around. They kind of stop and then go past and stop and then come past. So it's like a little bit, and they don't really, yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to have to learn geometry nodes, just to be able to do that. But we'll come back to it. Anyway, kind of want to show you this. This is something that we've worked on. We worked on live stream once upon a time, and it came out quite nice. But I want to start afresh, start again. Let's go into the next bit. Make sure we're not in rendered mode. And then if we kind of go ahead and we start looking at some of the other buildings that we've created. So obviously we've seen this one here. This is one that you can pick up on Discord. You can download Discord, Patreon. And then as well, we've got, that's building 2. And then building 1 is this one, which I kind of want to revisit and redo the top area and a little bit more of the internals. But definitely it needs to have more outside presence. I saw there was an add-on for that. When you're modeling hard surface with plasticity, you can see all the topology in Blender. Also, NURBS modeling system. Yeah, right. Oh my goodness, Thunder Owl is here. I haven't seen you in donkey's years. Welcome, buddy. Juris was a way back supporter. Many, many moons ago. Great to see you again. But yes, so let's kind of go back and create now something like this. Now, I've tried to put it to scale. So here is the first floor. And I was thinking that it was just going to be this big, but I'm thinking it's bigger than that. So I'm thinking something like this. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. Get stuffed. Oh, actually, we're almost there. So like that. I think that's what we're looking at. That's the scale. Oh, GZ. I think that's the scale there. All right. Let's kind of build that up. And so, as always, let me just quickly grab all this building. As always, we block everything out. Let's just go here. And I'm going to go move, new collection, building reference. And then we will just hide that for now. And we'll work on collection. All right, so let's go ahead. What I'm going to do is do it dirty first, then come in, and then see if we can kind of like optimize the textures in a way. I mean, topology. All right, so first, let's just get into blocking GZ. And so this is the idea that we're going to go for. Okay. Let's go GX. Whoops. Let me put on screencast keys because I know some of you love the screencast keys. Bam, bam. What is everyone working on? Also, have you seen the Drake Ironclad? I think I do. Drake Ironclad, Drake Caterpillar, I think as well. I know the one you're talking about. I haven't played it yet. Yeah, I do want to get back in Star Citizen, but I don't want to get back in Star Citizen. If you know what I'm saying. I think Star Citizen's going to be really good once base building comes in. But yeah, that does interest me. Did you intend to hide the camera too? Yeah, I don't care about the camera. Stuff the camera. I'm working on a cargo lifter for my landing pad. Funnily enough, I was thinking about doing a cargo lifter before. As I was generating images through Midjourney, I was thinking, yeah, what am I going to build? Oh, wow, there's plenty of people over there on live stream, on the vertical. Awesome. For those of you, welcome to the stream. Feel free to hit that like button. I mean, subscribe as well. Sometimes, yeah, I'm really trying to force myself not to play. I did try and play Battlefield. Did not interest me. Which I'm very grateful for. I know that sounds silly, but... Okay, so from here, I'm going to grab this piece. And so you have to remember, we're just blocking at the moment. This is all I'm concerned about right now, is blocking, just getting it right. I don't really care about getting it right. It's more just getting those pieces where they need to be. Oh, that's an interesting curve there. Wow, see where. Let's go GY. I'm just going to go P, separate by selection. And then we've got... Right, how... Okay, so if I bring this back... So that's the size of this building. Let's go E to extrude. And we'll go 20 meters. Nice big get stuffed. So double the size. Yes, I'm happy with that. And then this piece here. Let's go GY. Cool. Yep. Let's just set this line here on 0. Sacre bleu. Y0. And then what is the size of that? We'll make that 20 meters. This here will bring it back. Let's go 3 meters. So -3, -3. E to extrude, hold control. Sure, there you go. 24 meters. Awesome. Cool. I've been working on a massive chunk of antennas beneath the carry ship. Nice. I did see some nice artwork like that. I was confused about the portrait live stream for a second there. You don't see anything on there anyway. Yeah, I know. I can kind of... I've got both things I'm watching. So, yeah, just something different. See over there. Lockie, welcome. I figured I might as well see if I can capture some other people. Because there might be those mobile users who I can snap up as well. Let's go Shift D. I'm going to duplicate that. E to extrude. And you have to remember that we're just blocking at the moment. We're just trying to get nice shapes because that's the more important thing. Let's go there. GZ. E to extrude along the x-axis. GG. Something like that. Let's put an edge loop. Sorry. Let's go edge loop here. You and you. Yo and yo. Something like that. There we go. GZ. Just trying to get them right. And then we can start, roughly getting an idea on what this building's going to look like. What I think we might do. So let's go something like this. Whoops. P separate by selection. And we'll go GY. And then leave that there for now, and we'll mirror that across a little bit later. Are you able to condense down all the save files in your asset folder? I have loads of save files in there. I don't know. Hello world, welcome. You look tired. Meh. Compositing video made videos. Ma. Catch them TikToks. No, so I'm only going for YouTube at the moment. TikTok. Yeah, some jerk stole one of my videos on TikTok. That Star Wars one that I made, I got like 4,000 views on YouTube. He got 186,000 views. I'm like, far out. Anyway. Antennas. Yes. Working for Thailand. Nice. Welcome, Con. Okay, so I'm liking this. Let me just get rid of that building now because we don't need it anymore. And we're going to grab user. Why are you not flat? Scale X 0. Let's go E to extrude. For those of you from Australia, this, I don't drink, but this is reminding me of a Botaniq. Which is kind of funny. And for those others who don't understand, in Australia, we have something called Botaniqs. And that's where it's kind of like a drive-through pub. And then you can get all your alcoholic beverages. All right, let's go over here. Scale. So we're just still in that blocking phase. Trying to get it looking as we want it. Control L, Shift D. I like this piece. Scale Z. And then we've got that there. Here, I think we might go box select, GY. And then we'll do box select up there with B, GY. What do you think about the average vertex for Botaniq games? Didn't use hinges for cabinets or physics. Oh, depends the engine, I think. I think that's super porous. Is Forester still... Foster's was never the #1 beer. Oh, man. Yeah, Foster's was never the #1 beer here. It just went over into the market and everyone drank it. Yeah, it depends. Depends on on the count, what engine it is. Because as well, if you're building your own game engine, there's a lot of extra work. But if you're using something like Unreal Engine, all those tools are built in. So I don't know about Resident Evil. I haven't played that game. Not one for those games. But yeah, here's happening. Ain't a live stream. What is this? It is a live stream. What are you talking about, Pyramid? Okay. Let's go here. These pipes are going to be nuts to make. And we are going to go something like this, I reckon. And then we'll squash that in. Let's go P, separate by selection. And then we go G to the X. There we go. That's nice, that's nice, that's nice. So all this scaffolding I think is going to look pretty cool. Vintage, welcome. Foster's was the #1 exported beer. As in, get the heck out of here. It's funny because it's true. Nightgown, evening. Oh, this is okay. I'm liking this shape. I am liking this shape. And then once all these like big get stuff pipes start coming in, we're going to be cooking with gas. And then we can obviously come in, start cutting all this up. I'm thinking, so this line here should be something like this. Scale Y. That's what I'm thinking that is. Let's go Shift D, scale on the Y-axis. P, separate by selection. Come here. There it is. And then that'll give us like this. And then we can grab the bottom piece here. We're just trying to get this shape right. Scale on the X-axis. And then if we do something like this, I like that. I half feel that this actually should be bigger. Just going to widen that puppy just a smidgen. There we go. I remember Paul Hogan doing lots of Foster's efforts. Yeah. Is diabolical work. Yeah, I don't know. Trying something different. Bud is king of the beer. I don't know. Once again, not a dream. By the way, Sing Along K-pop Team was a... Apparently, it made a butt ton of money. Funnily enough. What are the chances? Talking about the K-pop Demon Hunters. And I still have yet to see it. However, it has been playing in my car quite a bit. So there's that. Alright, that, I think that's looking great. What we might do is I'm just going to throw in a floor plane. Something's missing here. Shift D, scale Z. Let's go GZ. I'm going to scale on the Y-axis. Push it back. And then we'll do that. E to extrude, and we'll bring that up. Should the building be wider? Knowing that that is the original building, which is fitting in that slot, I reckon it's going to go. Yep, let's make it bigger. Money, money, money. Okay, let's go scale Y. There we go. Scale Y. Pull that back. That to me is looking a lot better. Let's go scale Y. And then this is where I kind of want to go back into our previous model, this one here, and steal kind of like these elements here. Heineken is the go. Guinness is my choice of drink. 4:50 a.m. Jeez, Austin, you're keen. Love it. That's grouse. That was terrible. The tower width is good, but the bottle-o drive-through should be longer. Okay, so let's steal like this section in here. And then maybe even like this piece here. Oh yeah, I built a kitbashing set. I forgot about that. Yeah, we got to steal some of these pieces. All right, let's take. I'm just going to take. No, we'll rebuild those pieces. Okay, back into here. That's this section, and then we got to have our part that goes like that. I don't know, whatever that is. E to extrude. Control LP, separate by selection. There's something I could probably steal from this building, which is this piece. I'm like, I'm going to remake it. I'm still working on my fighters over the water. Yeah, nice. Got the water looking good. Yeah, that's tricky to do that. I found that, what's that add-on called? Flip Fluids is pretty good for water. But baking water sucks. It is so tough to do that. It's not tough. So time consuming. I'm going to go Shift S cursor selected, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. How tall is that? 2.1 meters. Okay, that can be 2. That's not 3 meters. It'll be 2.5 meters. Make my life easier. And we'll do something like that. And then underneath, we can have another piece that comes around like that. From here, Control B to do bevel. That gives us that. Since we are going to have some... Let's go like that. Shift D, scale. E to extrude, E to extrude. And then we'll pull it back like so. What's this going to look like? I think we might put an edge loop here. And then we'll put an edge loop through here. And it is still some big get stuffed windows. Alt S, bring it in. Let's go here and here. We'll do an edge loop. Just do small. Maybe we'll come back to that. Typical Aussie houses, 2.4. Good, 2.5 works out well then. Render's going overnight. Yeah, it's that baking though. Don't you just hate it when you make stuff on purpose of making other stuff and then you forget you made that stuff? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm intrigued. Would he have just used like Houdini or something to create his waterworks stuff? Varanti, welcome. What's my sound like? Oh no, it's there. That is going to be loud when that pops. Actually, what is my sound? Oh, it is speaker. That's good. I like this. I like this. I think this is probably a little bit too much. Let's go scale on the y-axis. And we'll scale on the y-axis again. Scale on the y-axis again. I'm liking that. This pipe here is going to be fun to make. Maybe what we might do here. Control LP, separate by selection. Let's focus on this piece here now, just a little bit. And so as you can see, I'm just kind of like moving around the space, just trying to refine those shapes. Malik, welcome. Good luck for the project. Thank you very much. But no, James Cameron built his own. Really? Far out. I did not realize that that's what he did. What a crazy muppet. I'm just trying to think, what are we going to do with this section? There's a hole there. There's a hole in my pocket. All right, let's go like so. Now, I'm going to do Shift-S cursor to world origin. Let's go into mesh. See, we've got options where I could just draw in the pipes, which probably would be easier. But I'm one for the good old-fashioned spin tool, my favorite tool in Blender. Pricey taught me this one. For those of you who have been around long enough, he did a tutorial making a sci-fi corridor, and he used the spin tool in that, and I lost it. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the best tool ever. What are we doing? We're going E. Might as well just keep going. No. That way. And then we're going to do here, even though we don't see it. It's fine. I don't really care. I can just clear this out afterwards. And then we do something like that. Here. Here. There we go. Macula? Okay, how are we going to pull that off? Maybe I'll do this. Edge split, Control B. Delete faces. And then that way I can grab just this puppy. GY. That goes there. Shift D. That goes in here. But what we do is we select all this. Control numpad plus to increase our selection. Sorry. And then we go delete faces. Create a face. And then G to the Z and pull that down. Marco just learned G. I know, shut up. Instead of that square, controls out section or whatever, those windows are for a rounded one to break the square. Yeah. And so this is kind of like what I was thinking here, is having some sort of another set of glass. Oh, maybe I can do an inset in there. But yeah, I want to bevel this whole section. Because I think that'll give us a nice effect. But I want to come back and do that afterwards. Because obviously once I've done that, I've kind of locked myself in. So that's why just trying to focus on that blocking and then work backwards. But on the same page, which is exactly what I want. Perfect. Control A, apply scale. Yo. Go copy to selected. And so that has now all them. Beautiful. Let's go Control L, Shift D, rotate 90. And then so we've got this. And then we can go right. Let's give me this. Delete faces. And then we can just pull this back. Let's just kind of snap them up. Control LP, separate by selection. And so we've got our giant pipes in here. So that's kind of cool. Control L, G, Y. Yeah, it seems to be some sort of like walkway under here maybe. So maybe once we've built this, this comes in here as well. And then we can extend that further out. Just found a tutorial on the spin tool. Blender 2.8 made 6 years ago. Yep. Looks like a sci-fi refueling station. It does a little bit. I completely agree with that. Sci-fi petrol station. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to take that to the cleaners. I mean, that is looking delish. If we just have a look in rendered, let's go cycles, GPU 32, and then we go into world. Let's go here, press S for a sky texture. And if we just have a look, you see, I need to open up my ship. Medium frigate, please. Da, 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 da. Either that, it looks like a sci-fi repair station. Sci-fi ballet. Okay, come on, open up. Where is she? Alt-H. So I'm just going into my junk folder because I'm after a specific thing. User, Control-C, and you can now disappear. Control-V. So for those of you who've been around long enough, so I'm just going to use DreamUV very quick. And I've just grabbed DreamUV orange. We are going to change that orange. And we'll just call this grey. Caps lock's on again. Lovely. Let's go into shading. This color here we will change to black, change to grey. Perfect. And then we come back into layout. Let's go hotspot, hotspot, hotspot. Then we just quickly texture all this stuff. I'm going to duplicate that piece. Let's go Shift D, Y, GZ, deselect that, G, Y. Nice. Yeah, so I think there's going to be a walkway under there. Drive-through convenience store. So playing kind of like cyberpunk, they do have a lot of these overhead spaces, and so that's semi the idea that I'm going for. And you can kind of see this nice pillar effect here, and so that's what I want to eventually emulate over here. This week I did touch a little bit of hard ops. Because I'm like, all right, Marco, come on, pull your socks up, get back into it. But yeah, so let's go P, separate by selection. Shift S, cursor selected, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. And I want to make the top 2.5. There we go. And then that is going to squeeze into about here. And then that is going to extend underneath all the way back. Yeah, great. And then that now means that we can start moving these pipes around. And we can make a few really nice shapes in there. F, shift right click, in there, E to extrude. Perfect, nice, great, love it. GZ, just so it sits in there a little bit better. They're supposed to be all the way along the side as well. You have to remember, I don't have to copy this. This is more just inspiration on what can be done. Some of it I will follow, like this stuff in here. What the heck is that? I don't know what I'm doing there. I have something for pipes. I have something for pipes. Cable? Huh. Sure. Okay, so we can create cables, and that's because I will be using... Oh boy, should have done that prepared. Would be because I am using... Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, sweet. So I'm be using that. But I think this is more for the pipes. I mean, cables. There is something... Q? Hard ops can do it. I swear I saw hard ops doing something. What? I'm rusty as. Rope, thread, mesh tools. Ooh. Can it be done in hard ops? I'm missing one. I can't remember what blend to add on. Yeah, random flow. So I do have random flow. There we go. Tubes. There it is. Thank you, Spooky. Yeah, jerk. No, I'm joking. I'm not. Okay. There we go. Yes. Lovely jubblies. Perfect. So that's how we're going to be making our cables. I mean, our pipes. So if we were to, so for instance, where are we going to focus? Let's go focus on this section in here. So I'm just going to grab this, Shift D, scale Y, Shift D, and then if we just do subdivide, 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 P separate by selection, Shift Q, tubes. No edges or faces. Oh, suck a lemon. What? Really? Oh, that's why. Okay, I understand why. So let's go delete. Control L, delete vertices. E to extrude. Right click. Shift Q, tubes. Tubes. Try that again. Select all. Shift Q, tubes. I'm going to guess that I got the normals the wrong way around. Shift N, Shift Q, tubes. 50. Go smaller, max 10. 5, minimum. Seed. There we go. Split, cut. Cut angle. Nope, let's not do that. Pipe width, 0.01. Perfect. And then if I were to now Once my 52 weeks program, I'm moving 100% into hard ops. Hard ops is hard. Second cable. I do have Cablerator. I'm pretty sure. Somewhere. Cable? Cable? Ah, sucker lemon. How do I not have cable? I swear I saw cable the other day. Ah, all right. Oh, well, I'll use it for next time. And then, so we've got these pipes. Let's go Shift Q tubes again. 50. Let's change the seed. Longest. And we'll make this 0.02. And then just to change that up, let's go something like this. Just wrap that down to about there. And then we can always go Shift D, rotate 180. Scale Y. Let's go Control I to invert our selection, scale Y. And then we have something like this. And now we've got a whole bunch of big get stuff pipes. Oh, that's frustrating. That's doing that, but I'm okay with that. And then we can do the same with this. Ooh. Rotate X 90. And because we're going to have building parts in the middle, rotate 180, rotate Z 180, offset that, and then we got all these pipes, something like that. Cool. That works super nice. Select all, Shift D. And just move that off even more. More pipes, more vertical, and I wouldn't mind, maybe I'll manually come in and add something else. Grid modeler mostly, yeah. Powerhouse for hard surface is this guy right here. Try Alt-Shift-C, and that should show if they're... Yeah, Alt-Shift-C. No, hang on, let me just jump in real quick. Orders. Cable. Just download it real quick. Oh my goodness. Come on. View order, just downloading it super quick. What the? Oh, okay, there we go. 1.4, 11, 6 of the 25th, done. Cool. Control S to save, edit, preferences. Here, install from disk, downloads, cable runner is now installed. Alt-Shift-C. Create cable. Oh! Okay. Alt-Shift-C. Tension. D. Ooh. What's this one? Ooh. Okay, interesting. All right. So there's that. All right, yes, we will have a play with that afterwards, I reckon. Okay, so from here, let's grab the big get stuff pipes, Shift D. And then that's just going to come under there. I'm just going to steal a whole bunch of stuff. Is that looking good in there? Like so. Yep, like that. Control L. Actually, let's go select random. And we will bring the random select to 0.05. Control L. GZ. Bring that up. Let's go select random. Select random. 0.01. Control L. And then we can just move that up a smidgen. And now it's not just straight path. Actually, looks at the add-on I've been talking about for ages. Yeah, well, I've had it for ages. When did I buy it? I can tell you now when I bought it. I can't tell you when I bought it. Far out. I paid $138 for this bundle. Oh, that's why I bought it. Oh, that's why $130. Okay. Anyway. Okay, let's come back into vertical. Cubic. Say hi. Chrome. It's a double stream somehow. If it is even real. Yes, it is. Bladsky. Lol. E-I-E-U-U-R. Just head off to the store and buy it. Okay, I like that. I like that. This is great. So this is all coming along nicely. And then obviously when we start creating these pipes here, that'll be fine. I like that. I like that. And then I need some water. Ugh. Okay. Let's go ahead and start adding in some extra details now. Shift D. Scale Y. GY. And then we can just kind of like start adding in these pillars. Shift D, Y. Select all. Whoops. You and you. Control L. Maybe we have a look here and here. Control L. Let's just make sure that they're roughly in the middle. Nice. Something like that. I think what we could probably build along the back here maybe is some sort of loading dock. I think that's what we might be missing. So if I actually were to jump over into this one. Do you have a garage door? You don't. Do you have a garage door? This building should. There it is. Control C. Control V. Wow. Just the scale of this building. There we go. Where are we? So, this is my roller door. Let's go there, 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 and there. Shift D, E to extrude. And we'll do something like that. Separate by selection. Grab these. Grab that. F. Whoops. F. Now what can I do? Now I should be able to grab these. E to extrude along the y-axis. Then we can grab that and E to extrude up the top there. Let's grab the edges. We're getting there. Something like that, I think will work out well. GX, put that into there. Nice. And then this is where we're just going to keep building. Shift D, rotate Y, E to extrude. I think we could do something a little bit more interesting here. Control B. Let's grab that. Since the theme, kind of like having this theme across multiple parts of the building of these overhang sections. Come on, Marco, you can do this. Looks like a Pizza Hut restaurant now. If we did something... I'm not a fan of that. Sup, bro? 2 seconds. Bear with me. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. Vintage. Someone press A then X. Alright, that looks a bit better. Quickly go DreamUV, hot spot that puppy. And so we're having a look. Nice. Yeah, that looks better. And then we can obviously probably clear some of these tubes as well. I do like how we've done that under there. But what we might do as well is let's grab this section, Shift D. Actually, we'll push it all the way up. Control P, separate our selection. How are we going to do this? Something like that. Let's go maybe this, invert, delete faces. And so what I kind of want to do is make almost like a bit of a brace. If I go scale, scale Y, E to extrude, delete faces. Let's do something like that, something like that. And then from here, I can click on object. No, let's just type in wireframe. Not shading. Okay, let's go. Actually, Shift Q. Nope. Let's go into generate wireframe. Wireframe. And then we'll make sure we get rid of bevels. And then we can make this a bit thicker. 0.1. Yep. Shift N. That will then go into boundary. Boundary. And then we can go into, what's offset mean? Ah, that's the offset. Add modifier, subdivision surface. Don't do that. And then we can come in underneath. And then we can kind of create these parts here that it's almost like a bit of a brace. Brace? I wouldn't say a brace, but more like a cage for the pipes to sit under. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There. And we're not making it symmetrical. Shift D, Y. That's cool. I like that. My brain sees the Blender UI and I want to interact with it. It's not often... Well, what? It's not often. While watching Marco live stream, I don't end up buying a plugin or an asset. I'm sorry. I don't mean you harm. As long as your wife doesn't get angry at me. Then I'm cool. Crud. Alright, here. Let's do an F, right click, subdivide. Then we can select this. Control F, grid fill. Thank you. Here, Control F, grid fill. Excellent. Let's go now, Control LP, separate by selection. So we've got these pieces here. And then we will just kind of maybe set it through there or something. Trying to think what's going to be good here. Maybe something like that. Let's come into here, select that, Control LP, separate by selection. And what I want to do, what's happened here? What is that? Oh, you donkey. F, Control LP, separate by selection. There we go. Let's come back into that. And then we will do this. Scale on the y-axis. Put an edge loop through here. So what I'm making here is a bit of an indent, just so it's not so bland, I guess. There we go. And then that's where we can probably put in some crud and such. Throw in some diamond plating on the bottom of your pipe cage. Oh. So this whole section here is meant to be 2 meters. And so that's meant to be our walkway. Where are you? There you go. Pull you down. Just going to get rid of that pipe there. Oop, scale Y. Cool. There we go. If I do that and I just go delete vertices, does that cause problems? Nope. Perfect. That's where I think this piece here is going to come interesting. I think we might have to just move it off a little bit. And then we do something like this. And then that's almost the end cap. Ah, there we go. That's almost like the end cap for the pipes. So maybe what we could do is bring that in. G, Y. Ooh, that's nice. There's a little pipe that just protrudes. Cobbler, welcome. My wife's not fond of my plugin purchase over the years. Well, the target on Amazon transactions. I heard kangaroo burgers are super good. Yes, they are delish. Because the kangaroo is a very good meat. My wife said, are you even listening to me? And I thought, that's a weird way to start a conversation. Oh, gosh. Let's go here. I'm going to go Control A. Right click, set origin 3D cursor. Let's go generate mirror. There we go. And then we can go. Oh my goodness. Hey, what was that add-on? I think that was Materializer or something. Oof. I don't know what that was about. All the pipes in the back made me think the building is one big refrigerator. Getting smarter about getting add-ons, only getting ones I need when I can't do what I want in Blender. Yeah, that's fair enough. There was one add-on we were talking about on Discord about creating like land masses and such. I think that one I want to steal up. I need a dust off. I need a dust one. At light texture. I can show you that because I have that add-on somewhere. I just got to download them because there's lots of buildings to it. But yeah, I can show you that if you want. Right. Okay. Cool. I like that. Not too big of a fan of these pipes here. Control L, delete vertices. That is looking great. We'll keep you. I'm just going to move you out of the way. So here, let's maybe start focusing on this piece here. You can see, like I've said before, you can see that I like to move around quite a bit because I just try and go where, you know, my eye is looking. I like this piece here. Let's go Shift D, scale. And then here, we can maybe go something like that. Actually, E to extrude 2.5 minus. Going up. Michael, can you make a video on what add-ons you recommend we should have in your... Oh, gosh. All the ones that I have affiliate links to. Yes. I will have a think about that one. What add-ons that you should have? Yeah. Definitely DreamUV. I love DreamUV. Going back to my roots on that one, where, you know, quickly creating textures and such. Absolutely. But what add-ons? I don't know. I will have to have a think about that one. I really do like this piece. Let's go Shift S cursor selected. I'm going to add in something to this building. And I have done it in my other buildings, which I guess is good. I'm going to go GZ. And always kind of like make this spire looking thing. Oops. E to extrude. E to extrude. I like that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Why torture yourself? Light Action updated their chaos recently. Oh, really? Because if you force to use a camera more like a real camera. Yeah, okay. I haven't really used it for a while. Why do you torture yourself? Well, which part are we torturing myself with? Think of it in terms of what add-ons use most often. DreamUV, definitely. No, I'll put a video together. Because I'm just looking in the list, and yeah, I can see some of them which I'm using quite a bit, actually. I use the Markham 3D add-on quite a bit. don't have it on the store or anything anywhere. DreamUV. So, I do have a video on it. Hang on, let me go find it. DreamUV. Ooh. What? No way. DreamUV, how do you... that one. What, that one? What the? Oh, okay. That's a really big description. There's that one there. And what add-ons should we buy? Superfluously. I don't know. Which add-ons? I don't know. I'm trying to get back into hard ops. But I'll come back on that one. I'll make another video because I actually want to buy some courses. Is my goal probably for the next 2-3 months. I'm not affiliated in any way with Humble Bundle or any of this. But what I did pick up and so far has been pretty freaking good. I'm not affiliated in any way with this stuff. No. Oh, it's not there anymore. Oh, what? All right. Yeah, that sucks. Never mind. I don't know about DreamUV. Yeah, DreamUV is a free add-on. I get confused on which UV map to use for normals and mixing Peter. DreamUV. Yeah, okay. Yeah. DreamUV is just kind of like a way of UV unwrapping stuff super quick. Let's talk about this one. Generate solidify modifier. Let's go 0. And then we're going to go even thickness. And then from here, what we're going to do is I'm just going to go tab into edit mode and we're going to start chopping this baby up. Let's go. It doesn't really matter. So we can go Control B, delete. Actually, no, make it smaller because we have to remember that the scale of this thing. We'll go something like that. Maybe go here, scale X0. Control B. Delete faces. Oh. Then we might do one here. Control B. Delete faces. Do here. Control B. Delete faces. Let's come here-ish. Control B. Delete faces. So what I've done so far is I've added in a solidify modifier over the top of my current piece. GG. And then what that means is when I go Control B, delete faces, now you can see that I'm missing something. Whoops. What have I done? Okay, 0.05. What the hickabotham? Shift N. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. And so we started putting kind of like chopping it up and putting in panels and such. I'm refusing to read add-on comments. I will work out. It'll work out. Hard Ops and Machine 3. I was actually looking if I'd purchased Machine 3, and I don't have it. UV Packmaster is great. Yeah, definitely UV Packmaster. And I've got to say, the guy who does the UV Packmaster video tutorials, he's a pretty cool guy. It's me. I do those videos. Okay. Delete faces. I'm ashamed for nothing. Awesome. I like that. That's great. Idiot. Because we've done that now, we've put those cuts in there. I can now come into DreamUV and go hotspot, and that'll hopefully now put in some nice blending in there. I think I'm going to remake some of the DreamUV I'm going to redo some of the DreamUV materials. Because the way I've created these ones is that it's actually just a transparent file. You might not be able to see it on stream, but it's transparent. And then what I can do here is just change the color to whatever I want, and then that'll change the color of the building. So I might make a few different variations of that. But that's how I've done all the oranges and blah, blah, blah. So it's actually only one texture set, but I've just changed the base color. Exactly what kind of Star Citizen do. And so that's why I've followed down that pathway as well. We could, this, you know what, I really do like this. I reckon we create some more shapes in here, but rather than, we put in maybe some like block pieces and such. I think that'll look really nice. Or actually, no, we'll create some manual pipes. What am I doing, you donkey? Let's go into here. And then we will jump over into Asset Browser. Mark on 3D. Kitbashing set. Pipes. And then we can just go, right, you sir, in there. Cool. Shift D, Y, put that in there. Something like that. And then we throw in this pipe. There we go. Look at you. Delicious. Even though we might not actually see this pipe. Whoops. Rotate 180. It's just a cool looking pipe. And then as well, we can come in. Whoops. Throw that one on there as well. Rotate 90. Obviously, we knew it wasn't going to be long before I whipped out the Kitbashing sets. What other pipes? I like that pipe. That's a good pipe. And then we've also got, you know, where we can add this thing. Alt-R. Fashion that. Slap that in there or something. Awesome. Ah, I had pipes already. Look at that. What are we making today? We're making a building. For those of you watching the vertical live stream, welcome. Come say hi. Oh my goodness, I'm not even checking the live stats. I'm intrigued. Have we gone up in subscribers yet? 148. Let me go to analytics. Give me my real time. Oh, should we do some giveaways? What are we at? How many likes do we have? We've got 40 likes. If we get up to 100 in the next hour, we will do giveaway of, let me go into this. We'll give away, actually I can just open it up. Medium frigate, this one. Come on, Marco, you know how to use Gumroad. This spaceship, we'll give it away. So it's got my DreamUV textures in it. So do a giveaway of this. Start liking. Whoops, wrong camera. Liking, that's the webcam. So if we can get up to it, yeah, let's go 90. Or 200, or 95,200 subscribers. Either or, whatevs. Just hit the subscribe button, doesn't hurt. Okay, I like that, I like that. This is where, yeah, we can just start throwing in a whole bunch of these pipes. Let's go here. Actually, no, I'm not going to duplicate that one. That looks great. I feel like I should be embedding something in here. But it actually might be just this side. I'm just going to move that out of the way, please. This here obviously needs to have something else. So I'm just going to go Shift D. Ooh. Yeah, actually. Shift D. Let's just scale that in. What the heck's going on? P, separate selection. And let's just focus on creating this. Scale Y. Then we could probably snap that up and then we'll make a larger piece. Delete faces. From here, let's go into Generate, Solidify and Modifier. Whoops, don't do that. Make this nice and thick. Hold Shift, push that down. And then we could put maybe an edge loop here, edge loop here, edge loop here. Let's go something like that. Control B, delete faces. And now we've kind of created these kinds of panels in here. This is maybe where we can draw up some pipes that would go in here as well. Maybe we even see if we can make some solar panels. That might be pretty cool. First time seeing you live? Thanks, Jerk. Yeah, jerk. Welcome to the stream. Don't know why I've gone Scottish. Aye. All right, fellas. Yeah, Stephen Scott. I'm working on Rampage Rally. I started working on Rampage Rally, but then I made that video. Then I made this video, and I was like, I don't need to make Rampage Rally. I made something pretty sick. So we did a lot of this on live stream last week. A lot of the animation. A lot of this main ship here we built on live stream pretty much from scratch. I did some editing afterwards. The large ship in the background at the end there, or actually this ship here that we see zooming past, we built that all on live stream, if you guys remember. And then there's that orange ship that I just showed you earlier in the background. So, and then this ship here is from a different Kitbashing set. So it's really that difference of my 3D models and somebody else's. You're sure it was the texture? I've been having many problems with Vulkan. Yeah? What's wrong with Vulkan? Am I on Vulkan? I think I'm on Vulkan. Am I Vulking? Yeah, I'm on Vulkan. Meh. Complete my... Which am I now? Yarg beats? I don't know. Yarg. Jarlsberg. I don't know. Alright, so the roll remains the same, but I don't know. The 8K texture was stuck at the exporters to Unreal. Biomaterial 8K texture. Ugh. Ugh. I would have done multiple materials. It was actually super funny. Thanks, mate. What I think as well is it seems too boxy. And there was another image that I had with Midjourney, which I liked. And so I'm actually going to go do something like this. I'm going to put edge loop, scale Z0, and we'll do something like that. Let's go edge loop, scale Z0, just so they're all even Steven. And then we're going to grab these two pieces, and we'll go GY. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. And then let's go here, scale Y0. And then we will grab all this stuff. Delete faces. And then we'll do FFF. And I'm just going to push that up a little bit. There we go. That looks nice. So it breaks up that. What are we doing here? I reckon we could move this out. That looks pretty cool. I like that. Let's go shift in there. Rotate Y90. And then we're going to do something like this. Ooh. Y. G, Y, E, Y. Let's go knife tool because I want to split that. AC. Enter. So we've got that. Let's go something about there. What am I going to do here? Here and here. Right click, subdivide, subdivide. J, 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 I, individuals. Delete vertices. E to extrude. That's not right. Wrong way. So it should be, stop being a jerk, delete edges. Should be like this. F, F, F. There we go. And that way, merge by distance. And then we do this. Delete faces. And then we do this, Shift N. I think that these two here is what's missing. Let's go 0.2 minus GZ 0.2 minus. G to the X, Shift D, something like that. I don't like that. Have you seen the DLS meter? I did see some shorts on it, but nothing, like I haven't seen like a full video about it. Mother, do you know why it worked when I made multiple 4K textures, but one big 8 texture is hard to export? Yeah, I think it's just too big. Does Unreal take 8K textures? That's the next question. I don't know if it does. I think 4K is probably the way to go. But I'd bring it down to about 2K. So this is the thing as well that you got to think about. When you have, like at the moment, I'm streaming in 1080. Okay? There is no point in me having a 4K texture if you're only looking at this on half the screen or quarter of the screen. So for instance, like this here, I think is on a 4K texture, but if we actually jump over into UV unwrapping and I were to select that bit there, it's only using a quarter, maybe less, of a 4K texture. So it's actually using a 1080p really, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it might be worth just doing multiple materials, I reckon. Because if you go through Unreal Engine and this is something I was doing very early on, buying other assets and so on and so forth, trying to understand how this crud works, you'll see that most game objects have just a bunch of materials attached to it. So I'm just kind of giving you an opportunity to think about that kind of stuff. If not, jump on kind of like the Fab store. So if we go into Fab, that's Facebook, Fab. And if you come up into limited time free, warehouse environment, download that puppy. Am I logged in? I'm not logged in. Far out. And then reverse engineer that puppy and actually have a look, not the werewolf puppy, but the 3D assets, and work out backwards around what do they look like. I can't see a use case for 8K textures unless there's VFX masking. Yeah. If you're doing it for game engine stuff, you have to remember that it's got to load those massive 8K textures. And I can't imagine what object you're going for. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's fine. But have a look at Unreal Engine packages. All right, I've got a day to get all this. And then work backwards. So it's a really good resource. Also, Unreal Engine Epic Games has a massive library of stuff that you can actually look through as well. So, and they're all for free if you look at the Fab Marketplace. This bit. I mean, it's not... Needs a bit of oomph, but we are getting there. Now, one thing I was doing on last live stream when we were creating buildings, open recent 3. My biggest problem when it comes to textures right now is when I have a really big object, I need the texture detailed as possible without blurring out. Why? Is it for a game? Or are you doing VFX? Because I can tell you now. No, I want to find out, Austin. Are you doing it for a game or for VFX? Or for VFX? I'm going to steal that piece. And then, do we steal some of these pieces? Let's go to that one. The game. How often are you going to be walking up to your object and standing there and just looking at it and studying it in detail? That's the question. Hello, I see your studio window. Did I miss the modeling? No, I'm here. Welcome, Maria. Do I still have that window open? I don't. Did I close it? No, it's here. 148, 149 subscribers, sweet. But yeah, actually have a look at games. When you're playing, actually walk up to it and have a look at the detail. Because I can tell you now, it ain't going to be 8K. Yes, anyway, so back to this. I'm going to grab it. Let's jump over into my other blend file. Here we go. Control V. So we've got a staircase. And so this is kind of just to show you the scale of this building. That's a little bit annoying. You should be off-putting. Oh, gosh. And then we do something like this. Let's go here. I'm going to delete these two vertices, delete vertices. And then we'll push this back to here. Can we line that up with the wall? Nice. And then down here, we could probably go ahead and maybe we do come back. Because now I'm just trying to, right, we've done a lot of the modeling. Let's grab some of these pieces. Come back into this scene, Control V. Ugh. Cheese and whiskers, Marco. I just want one for now. Box select, Shift S cursor selected, right click set origin to 3D cursor. Let's grab this one. Box select, Shift S. Right click, set origin 3D cursor. Is this the same one? Whoa! Someone just subscribed. Who was that? Tank Demolisher X. Welcome to the stream. Palm Tree Dan, welcome. Can't see none. Why? What the heck? What have I done? Thank you. Sorry, I don't know what that was about. Please fix it. I hate Twitch. Yeah. All right. For a tip, anyone getting free voice from Fab, what I do is remember it. So when Marco is live on Sunday, my reminder to get free stuff. Perfect. Why is this stream so far behind? Ugh. Okay, hang on. Oh my goodness, I'm like 10 minutes behind my own stream. Perfect, there we go. All right, let's grab this stuff. Shift D, and we'll move it into here. Something like that. Let's maybe go here. Oh, that almost fits quite nice. We'll do lade. Something like that. Scale X. Scale X. Is it scale Y 0? Let's do Control B. And then that way I can grab this. Actually, we'll just grab all these pieces. Where are you? There you are. GZ. I'll bring that to sit about there. Perfect. Then we can maybe put an edge loop through here, here, here. Delete faces. Maybe we come back to this in a sec. Delete faces. Shift D. Rotate Z 90 to the minus. Something like so. GY. Hoochie Mama Y. I don't know. Shut up, it's getting late. Here, let's grab this and this. Don't be a jerk. G to the Y. There we go. So now we have, these buildings sitting out here. Control S to save. Let's have a look at what that looks like. Yes. Amazing. And then we can grab this section in here, G, and we're just kind of like duplicating these pieces now. And we'll see if we can just slide you into there. Do we have enough space for another one? Nope, which is okay by me, because then what we can do is maybe create a bit of a pillar. Oops, sorry, hang on. I'll have a look at chat in a sec. Just on a bit of a spree. GY. Put an edge loop through there. GX, something like that. Awesome, that's great. I do want to move this back a little bit more. Awesome. U and U. G to the X. Make sure that's sitting back. Brilliant. Control LP, separate by selection. Maybe what we do I've got a massive urge to play Star Citizen right about now. Not Star Citizen. Star Field. We got there in the end. I did see that there is a Star Wars add-on. The heck is this? I did see that there's a Star Wars mod that you can get for it. I did send that to you, Spooky, but you never got back to me. Or you probably knew. Oh, yes. That's not bad. It's not bad. Markham, that's a beautiful building so far. Thank you very much. I want to play it too. Just a tip for anyone. Yes, morning chat. Yeah, can handle whatever release means performance is going to tank. Yep. Got back to you about what? Star Citizen in Star Citizen. Starfield has a Star Wars mod. It looked epic. And that seems like something like right up your alley. Anthem has some cool models. Oh. Sins of a Solar Empire. Oh my goodness. I smashed that game. I played that game so hard. Homeworld as well. I like Homeworld. Oh wait, Sins of a Solar Empire. Yeah, I played it. Ugh. Who puts pipes in front of a building, you clown? Yeah. I played a bit of it. But no, I'm still down for EVE Online. Oh, how good is EVE Online? Excel spreadsheet on steroids. Yeah, I've tried that mod. Isn't that good? Oh, okay. Yeah, stuff that then. Alright, you win. You win this round, Gadget. Yeah, I did play quite a bit of Age of Empires back in the day. Age of Empires was one of my first MMOs. And not gonna lie, I didn't realize that it's actually beneficial to understand what your skill sets are in that. And so when I was playing Lord of the Rings online, I got abused by some dude because I was playing a champion. I was doing it completely wrong. It's like, no, when the boss is attacking, you got to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, whoa, chill out, mate. And then when I actually read what it does, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And so when I went back to EVE Online, I'm like, oh my goodness, this game is so much better now that I understand what MMOs are. Oh, memories. Fuck, that's looking great. That is looking so good. Let's do a Control S to save. Let's try. I'm going to put in some area lights. Oh, I could go with chicken burger. Chicken burger. 250. Let's go like a little bit of a blue light. Shift D. Perfect. And then we will grab that here. Shift D. Trying to find where those other buildings are. I think they're here. That's a building. Yeah. Shift D. That's a building. There we go. There should be some... Oh, where's the other buildings? Somewhere around here. G, Shift, Z. GX, GY. EVE Online and spaceships for accountants and wannabe CEOs. He sure is. That is hilarious. Oh. Age of Empires 2, old man used to flog me. Then after he learned the game as an adult and finally beating him, it was no longer fun. I don't want to play anymore. Like those who play sim games, dress up as F1. But, hang on. Oh, how good do racing sims look? There are some off-tap racing sims out there. I would love to be able to get some of them. I would suck at them, but it would still be awesome to have. My first MMO was Rift. I think I did play Rift. There was another MMO that I played quite a bit of, Vanguard. I don't know what happened to that one. But I know one of the guys over at Gaming in the Can, go subscribe to them, tried to get me into WoW. I'm like, no, WoW seems like the most stupidest game. Okay, so, sorry, what I was doing. Now, if I were to do area light, rotate Y, 180. Nope. Let's go something like this. And then we are going to spread. I'm going to change that to 90 degrees. Power is going to be like 250. If we go into rendered mode, change the sky texture. We'll bring it down to like -5. Actually, we'll make it 0. Because then what we can do, yeah, if I go like 500 watts, Shift D. Oh, that looks sexy. Rotate Z 180. Alt R. You can always put a light in here. Make it nice and big. That can be like 5,000. Make it orange. What does that look like? Whoops, that's well out. GY. And then if we come into here, sorry, I will come back to chat, -2. And then we've got kind of like, yeah, these lights illuminating. Obviously, we would add in more and such, pointing downwards and so on and so forth. But this is kind of like the idea, the vision that I have for this area. I think as well, even if we put some like LEDs and some like neon signs protruding from it as well, I think then, delish. I always imagine I'll be like leaving a paying job and then playing equally stressed, non-playing. Yes. See, I've always been one for miners. I love mining in games. Minecraft I'm pretty happy with. Dig it. I've probably an EV composition, lens distortion. I need effect with lens distortion, but without black background. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. So, if I were to do this, all right. So let's go Control Alt. What? Control Alt. No. Where's my camera? Camera. It's hidden. It's fine. Shift A. Camera. Control Alt. Num. Ah. Ah, dang it. Okay. So, we have F12. And for those of you who are interested, this is one of my tutorial. No, I don't need 4,000 sample. 128 will do. F12. Sure, I just did 4,000 frames. So if we go into use nodes, so we have this. And then we go into lens distortion, put you into there, sunshine. And if we go like 0.1, Are you talking about these black bits? Because if you're talking about these black bits, just click fit, and then that'll cover the black area. Digimon Online. Oh, hang on, I gotta go back and check this out. But yeah, Hunter, that could be that. What games will you play? Pay them to have fun. Cyberpunk Disturbing Future. No idea what that one is. Racing Sims mentioned. Anyone play Trauma Grand Prix? Legends back in the day. I remember playing on the Mega Drive the F1 simulator game. That was fun. Where you got to manage your teams. You got to try and buy into the next team. Said when a player leaves WoW to play Eve, the average IQ of both populations increase. Star Trek Online, never did that one. I used to play Star Wars Galaxies online. And I've still got my original box. What? Alvtrax? I don't know what that's about. Oh, minus. No, jeez. Oh, oh, crud. Yep. Jeez. I'm getting banned. Gosh. Oh. Oh, far out. That's spicy. That's Oh, no alpha channel. I don't know what we're referring to then, alpha channel. This one here. Make sure it's enabled. Oh man. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're trying to do with that one. Message me on Discord. Go through. This? If you go into world, film, transparent, F12. There you go. So you got to go transparent, enable that one there. So go into render settings, go into film, and turn on transparent, and it will remove the background. Done. Far out. Okay, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm stressing. Film, turn off transparent. There we go, come back. It's pretty rad to play with. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving that. I don't even know where I picked it up. I think I was just playing around, and then that just came about. Cool. This here. So we need to build. We've got our walkway. I think what we might be able to do then is if I go Shift D Y P separate by selection, we could do a bit of a Star Wars effect. And gosh, if we do this, something like that, something like that, something like that, something like that, and something like that. We do I to do an inset, and we go delete faces. No, that's too thick. Oh my goodness. Now I'm paranoid about everything I say. And we do something like this, go scale Z, and we plop that back in there. And then that gives us kind of like, yeah, look at that. That's delicious. Let's go Shift D, Y. Nice. Just kind of like that little nice little effect there. So today's haul is 6 add-ons bought. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. have my image on a barrel and ground. I don't need background. My film is on, but problem still. No, I have my image on a barrel and ground. I don't need background. I have no idea. There's a link to my Discord somewhere down. Message me on there. Okay, wait, someone just... Who came in? Oh, oh my goodness, I'm not even... You know what? I forgot to open up Twitch. I'm sorry. I'm coming, Twitch people. My bad. My bad. There we go. Alright, Twitch is open as well. Oh. Make my life difficult, Twitch. Played Elder Scrolls Online. Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 was a great game. Shouldn't be using Alt-D for all that duplication. Yes, but in saying that, it's still one object. I didn't duplicate the piece. But yes, I should be, because it does save memory. Yes, you are correct. I should be doing that. But I'm a bum. Let's go select this. Shift N, make sure we got the normals right. Shift D. I might go that. Copy to selected. And then we do that one. And then we can come in and start chopping this up. Delete faces. Control B. Delete faces. And maybe we might just pull that one up. Scale Y. Control B. Delete faces. And then we'll do one there. Control B. Delete faces. And then let's give that a hotspot. Yes, I like that. Is Alt-D underrated? No. Super important. Especially when you're starting to do like a lot of crazy things. Yeah. Alt-D all the way. I stick the long Control-C, Control-V. Your floor under the barrel should not fill screen because you will not see transparent. Yep. Yeah, Alt-D, which is for duplication. It's kind of like linking the duplicate. Yeah, way better in the long run. Geo instants feel far more performant, but I haven't tested. Yeah, I haven't touched Geo nodes. I really should. I really should be doing that. Okay, so what we might do is let's go ahead and maybe add some extra detail. Yeah, jeez, someone else just joined and that was super loud. Welcome to the stream. Give me a second, I will check that out who it is. Axel William Pachinko Juan. Welcome to the stream. I got a feeling I butchered that one. Okay. I like that. Okay, we're doing well. 64 likes. Don't forget, if we get up to 90, we'll do a bit of a big giveaway. Material, spaceship, all that kind of stuff. I like this. I don't know what this is going to look like, what the roof is going to look like. Here we need to have something. This section here needs to be done up a bit better. So maybe we go ahead and work on that. Let's go Shift D, P, separate by selection. I just want that one. Add modifier, generate wireframe. That's a world. Add modifier, wireframe. And make it bigger, 0.1, boundary. What does that look like? Not bad. Let's go next material. Someone else just joined. Who doth that beeth? Hunter R over there on stream. Welcome. Twitch, welcome. Okay. Let's go there. And this is going to be our new glass material. What? Glass. Assigned. And then if we have a look in there, perfect. All right, so that means now we need to chop this up. GG. Here and here. GG. Here and here. You. Oh, crud. Oops. Ah, ploppers. Okay, let's go delete faces, and then that can come down. So I'm trying to cut a hole in this H to hide. Oops. Here. Here. There we go. GG. Push that all the way to there. GG. Push all that one all the way to there. Then I can select that face, delete faces. I want to select this glass, delete faces. And then we'll pull. Oh, undo. I want to grab that, is what I was after. GY. Oh my god, sorry. I know I can see chat going. Angeline, welcome. Don't forget to hide the display and render. It's 2 buttons. Yep. Hey guys, going plopping along. I'm considering cancelling Markham 3D. Please don't. You got double geometry. No. All right, let me explain that. Alt H. So, I have a solidify modifier on top. So, man on a mission. So I have that, but when I go into edit mode, it's sitting on top of each other because I disable the solidify modifier when I'm in edit mode. So that's why we see that. Here we go. Let's go select this one. Let's go there, and we'll go E to extrude on the x-axis and face. And then if we kind of jump into rendered view, oh, get stuffed. Oh, whatevs. I don't care. Delete faces. There we go. So we have that kind of opening. Oh my goodness. Now I've got to deal with that as well. Stuff it. It can be like that. Awesome. Down with that. Let's just do it quickly. Hotspot that. Hotspot you. And nice. Let me go. Ooh, sorry, mate. Hotspot. Hotspot. Oh, you dumb donkey. Oh, no. 1, 2, skidoo. 1, 2, skidoo. 1, 2, skidoo. 1, 2, skidoo. And now I'm just going to fix up the glass. You become glass. Assign. Assign. Whoa, I'm getting peckish. Which it shouldn't be because it's almost midnight. Oh, it's 11:30. Oh, geez, you're weak, Marco. Nice. I like that. The reason why I came down here, though, was to grab a light. Ah, the light. Shift D. Period key. And if we go into rendered view, perfect. Breakdown. Awesome. Now if we kind of go into like -5, that's looking so good. I think once we go ahead, like add in, Pekka's here. Welcome to the stream, buddy. It's be welcome to watch the ball. Welcome to the stream, mate. You got double. Yep, we explained that. I got it. Yes. How you doing, Pekka? It is 3 o'clock. 'Cause 10 out of 5 hours. Like what? 4 in the afternoon or something? 3:12. I don't know anymore. 2 o'clock. Okay. So I'm really liking how this is turning out. Obviously, as we move in, that duplicate faces looks much better. Our staircase is in here. Something needs to be done about this. G to the X. About there. Cool. It'll be good to make a bit of a like a street thing. Have I been streaming for 2 hours? Wow, good job, Marco. V Hong, welcome to the stream over on Twitch. What number are we on? What's our subscriber count? Come on, no. If you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. I'll be very blunt. You are bad. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, mate. Thank you for the feedback. All right. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I do feel like we should have solar panels, like in this section, but really there's no point because there's a roof. So that doesn't work. What else can we do in this kind of section? I mean, yeah, we can go through and start adding in decals and such, but I don't think we're there yet. Auto smooth. See, I like these pieces. I think that's great. This is far too bland. What can we make here? What could we do here? Do we do something like this? We grab this piece. GX. Let's go FGZ, just to kind of make our life easier. GZ. And then I'm going to do that. Use our spin tool. Here. Shift right click. Put that one in there. Whoops. Put that one in there. E to extrude. This will be tricky because we're just going to have to try and fudge it. E to extrude. Oh, I almost had it. So I'm just going to kind of lift you up a smidgen. And then we will do this. Get that there and down. Nice. That's great. I've fallen in love with pencil. With a pencil. We're getting married. I can't wait to introduce my parents to my bride-to-be. Perfect. I haven't written any jokes. Wow. I actually haven't written any down. I apologize. 13th of August. Yeah. How do you keep a bull from charging? Cancel its credit card. We've already kind of gone through that terrible joke. Okay, yes, I like this. I think this is great. Let's go, oops, let's do this. Control L, P, separate by selection. Let's do a Shift D, Y, X. Pull that there. But we are going to go here. Oh my goodness. Marco, when I die, I want you to do 2 things for me. Spread my ashes in my favorite stadium. Don't cremate me. Anyway, thank you very much, Gaming in the Can. Alright, let's go here, delete faces. And we're going to go G to the Y. And then we'll go Shift, right click. Oop. Got to extend that a little bit. E. Let's go F to create that face. And then I'm just going to go right here-ish. A little bit steep, that's fine. And then we'll go E to extrude. GZ. Okay, let's grab all this. Just pressing Control plus to increase my selection. G to the Y. Nice. That's looking schmick. And that heater is blasting. Marco, I stuffed the joke. Fat fingers. I'm wrapping face presses. Fat fingers. Okay. I'm going to tell you a joke about my friends to screw with them as usual. No. Fun fact. It took an act of Congress practically to get a run pipe at an angel like that, allied chemical back. What? I have no idea. Here's you. Keep it going for 45 minutes. I used to be a stand-up comedian. No, get stuffed. People have told me I should be a stand-up comedian, but I prefer to sit down. Yeah, that's the joke. Recently lost my job at a calendar factory. Had to take a couple of days off. Yep. I know. I'm going to go back through the old ones and start pulling them out. Okay. All right. Yes. Come on, Marco. Focus. So, here. Beautiful. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I think what we could probably do... Let's go Shift-S, cursor toward origin. Do I have lights? Did I end up doing that? Sci-fi buildings, wings, vents. Vents. We don't have any vents on here. Macula? Jeez, what's the time? 20 to 12. Okay, come on. I need to get off Insta. It's either AI, people so good I want to quit, or just... Yep. Well, welcome to the stream. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create some sort of like little lights in a way. Let's go here. Bring that all the way down. Scale. And we're just going to move this up a little bit. Let's go here. GY. Grab this. And let's go into here. I, E. Ooh, ooh, ah. Wada, wada, bing, bang. Ooh, ah. Cool. Here. And here. Control B. Middle mouse. So we've got this kind of piece here. Control B. Right click, shade smooth. I might just go E to extrude on that one like so. And then with that, we could go, we could try hotspot. Yep, perfect. And then we'll go new. Change this to emission. And then this can be kind of 5. We do maybe a bit of an orangey glow. Let's go like so. If I come up to the top here, so at the moment, if I hold control, it's going to kind of snap to the grid. But if we do pivot point, nope. If we come up to the snap base, change it to face, center, face project, align to rotate, and rotation. Now when I press G and hold control, it'll snap to that position. I hate you. Rotate. X 90 to the minus. Control A, apply the scale. Whoops. Control A, apply the rotation. Make sure we assign that. Light underscore small lights. And so if we have these. Wow. What's the size of that thing? Oh, that's tiny. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's 3 centimeters. Okay, scale 10, 30 centimeter lights. Control S to save. So we're going to have kind of like these things here. Maybe we can bump these up to 25. G, hold control. I get stuffed. Rotate X 90 to the minus. Control A, apply that rotation, you jerk. What? Weird. Okay, let's go somewhere like that. And then if we come into modifiers, add modifier, generate an array. Let's go 10. And then if we have a look at that, we've got these little lights that don't do anything. 250, please. That kind of looks cool. But then again, do we do maybe strips? I don't know. Doing pubs, clubs, holiday camps. 300 people, that's pretty cool. Particular brutal joke, but I want to keep the stream PG. Yes, I got Mark will randomly send me a message with some interesting jokes, which I do appreciate because they're funny. Okay, so let's do here. E to extrude, Alt S. Ooh, I like that. Let's go maybe here. E to extrude. Actually, no. Undo. Let's grab this. I'm going to grab that. Shift D. Because we'll come back and edit that a little bit later. G, Y. And obviously I'll probably redo this duplication, but the fact that it's sitting there now, I think is great. So let's put an edge loop through here. GG. Let's do I to do an inset and E to extrude, just so it makes that building a little bit bigger. Obviously I forgot to bring the light across because I'm awesome. Whew. Okay. Do we maybe put an edge loop through here and an edge loop through here? This is a Control B to do a bevel. E, scale X, and then we do light blue, assign. Oh, I mean, I'm okay with that. I want a little bit more of that. Let's go. Let's think about this. Let's do the same thing this way. Control B, E, Alt S, scale Y. We will do light blue, assign. Orange. I mean, it's not bad. Some big get stuffed thing needs to be here, I reckon. I don't know what. Let's take these ideas. Oh, now that looks special. Have we hit 150 subscribers? Do it. F5. Come on, somebody just hit subscribe. Okay. We've got that. That's nice. I do think this is good. I like where that's going. This is done well here. Obviously, we're going to come in. We've got to fill this section, neon sign. Yeah, that's what I'm semi-thinking would be good. Because even if it's kind of like a shop sign or something, add some night. So that's big. We'll change this back to 15. So I'm just using DreamUV at the moment. I got to come back in. I want to remake this texture, but it is all kind of like edgeware on all the corners. That there needs to be done. Yeah, all furnishings in here. I'm liking these little lights. I think that's great. I'm half thinking that we need something here is what we're missing, I reckon. And then maybe an edge loop here. Let's go edge loop there, Control B, middle mouse, Control numpad minus, Alt S, V to rip. Let's go something like that. Control B to do a bevel. Just throwing ideas out. How do we feel about that? Yes, because that's now broken up that section there. Awesome. I like that. Whoa. That is pretty good. Let's have a look. Hang on. What about? Still can't get over that. Dang it. That's a little bit frustrating. Okay. It's almost midnight. I think I might call it here now. I'm going to continue working on this throughout the week because I really like it. I think what we might end up doing is bringing in some of the pieces from our Kitbashing set, which I don't know where I put. I know the scene as well. Warehouse, draw it. Sci-fi, industrial building, Kitbashing set. Oh, I wonder if that's it. Idiot. Actually, yeah, before we go, I'm intrigued to see what this would look like. Let me just hotspot that. Let's just put a grey down. And then if we were to go Shift S World Origin. Sorry, I'm going to be a little bit more now. And then we went to shading. Volume. That's nice. Oh, yes, it is how you spell it. Let's go into volume scatter, surface, 0.1, 0.01. 0.005. Turn that down to -10. See, that looks cool. Nice hazy. Put rain on it and it would look schmick. Anyway, let's. I'm just going to keep going for a little bit longer. 15. Oh, I just farted and it stinks. Okay, let's jump over into industrial building. So some of you might remember some of these pieces that we were working on previously. So I want to grab, oh yeah, look at that piece. That piece there is delish. Control C. Actually, I'm going to grab these two. Roller door, air vents. I'm going to grab these three. Control V. Okay. What does this look like now? Alt R. Rotate Z. G to the X. So we've got something like that. And actually thinking. So we built all this as well on live stream, I'm pretty sure. Most of these pieces. Grab that one there. Shift D. G to the X. Let's slap that one on there. Breaking that up. Beautiful. That's all broken up now. Let's go here. No, there, mate. Sure. Alt R. I'm just going solid mode before that punches me in the throat. Alt R. Rotate Z 180. There we go. That's what we're after. That'll create kind of like this air vent space. Nice. Beautiful. That's up there. This piece here. We haven't really focused on this section, which is okay. Shift D. Settle down, mate. We'll go G, Y, X. Nice. Something needs to go here. I don't know what. Let's maybe grab that piece here. Breakdown. There we go. Is it upside down now? Nope. It's back to front. Hang on. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's kind of like multi-directional. Good job, Barco. Wait. Yeah, that's fine. Awesome. That's looking great. I think we could probably grab this piece as well again in here. Shift D, hold Control. Rotate Z 180. Rotate Y. Oh, cool does that look? Shift D, hold Control, Alt R. And we tried to build as much new pieces as possible. Here there needs to be something. Let's grab that piece. Shift D, hold Control. Rotate Z 90. Okay, go away you now. I don't need you. Let's grab that one. All right. How does that look now? Okay, that's a bland wall, which is fine because we can just grab those two. Shift D, scale Y, Y -1, GY, Uchi Mama. I'm okay with that. That's how you smash it. Really hitting the pipe tonight, yeah. Fresh external drive, collate your stuff. Yes. Voice this morning. I farted and 4 people turned around. Gosh. Alright, I'm pretty chuffed with this. So like I said, I'm going to work on this a little bit more throughout the week. Here and there and everywhere. And then go from there. I'm waiting for Character Creator 5 to come out so I can build my characters. And then do stuff. But I like this. This is good. I'm happy. Alright, thank you very much. I will see you guys later on. Tomorrow night, add-on review. Again, coming back to some old ones.